All right. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversation about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more. I am so confused right now. I am so confused. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that is off. Let me get the rest of it out. So, also don't forget you can click inside the store, get anything that you want for 30% off of your purchase. All you got to type in is HBCU band. Don't forget like, subscribe, notifications, all that kind of stuff. Share this information out, and happy New Year. We are in the year of our Lord, not of our Lord, well, yeah, of our Lord, however you want to say it, in 2025. That's how we say it. We are in 2025, and I am excited for this year, but I am massively confused right now. So before we get into the levels of my confusion, Portia, how are you doing, and how is your new year going thus far?
It's going good. I'm on vacation this week and I'm not doing anything. Like this show is the only thing I've done today.
So you walk around the house stank. Got you.
No, I
And
didn't mean that. You should bathe daily.
I'm just saying, you said
No,
it's the only thing
I
you do
mean
today.
like other than kind of chill out.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah,
All right. So she has brushed her teeth and she has washed all cheeks. Got you.
yeah.
All right, just making sure. I got hey, when you say you did nothing, then that means, in my opinion, you really did nothing. You just sitting
No,
around with sweat stains and
no.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
to me. That's a given.
yeah. Okay, all right. Got you. All right, so this is why I'm confused. I thought you told me 820. I thought you told me. See, now I got to make adjustments now. I thought you told me 820.
You talking to me?
Yes.
I say I'm getting off at 8.
Oh. Oh. See, when you said getting, that's why I was like, you at work? That's why I said that. See, and I told Portia something completely different. I just read it wrong. I read it wrong. My bad. My bad,
Hey,
brother.
yeah, y'all can see me
Yeah.
on the because it just say offline for mine. I don't know why. I can see me at the bottom, but I can't see me on the camera.
Yeah, I see you. We see you just fine. You are on the screen.
Okay, whatever. What's happening, people?
What's going on
What's
there,
up?
brother?
What's up? What's up, doctors? What's up?
Oh
What's up?
man, you got the grill in. You snazzy,
Nah, bro.
snazzy today, dog.
Stop it. Stop it.
I see you. I
Calm
see you.
down. Calm
Okay,
down. Calm down.
man. But how's the new year going, brother?
It's going good but bad. Pray for the city of New Orleans. Like that terrorist attack ain't no fun, bro. Like, and I know someone whose father was killed. Actually,
Oh
Wow.
man.
yeah, like for real. Like, it's that's crazy. But I was talking to somebody just now, and it was like, man, they'll shut down Mardi Gras. First of all, they'll never shut down Mardi Gras, but security just gonna be
Extra tight.
crazy. You know, for how it is. But praying for those victims and those people. I think as of right now, 10 were actually killed and
Yeah,
37 were reported
injured.
injured. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. And it's bits and pieces of like the camera footage. But what's crazy is they had a officer that was like right there in the middle of Bourbon, and he drove like around them and then sped down the street. So, I mean, it's just crazy times, bro. It's praying times.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I was gonna start with that, but you kind of already went into it, which is all good. I'm not tripping on that. But what I will definitely say is, hey man, like Quan has kind of already said it in the sense that about the shutting down the Mardi Gras and all that kind of stuff. Like, in my opinion, we don't need to start trying to correlate the two.
No.
Let's not do that. And I've been kind of seeing that in certain spaces and stuff like that. We don't need to correlate the two because I think somebody made a statement about that whole situation with Wall Trip Band and all that kind of stuff, and now it's proven to be like right. Now I was like, come on, man, like no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. This is a specific isolated incident that has no connection to anything else. So we're not going to do that. But I definitely agree with Quan that they're definitely more than likely going to heighten security. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. But once again, I definitely also agree with Quan that we are definitely going to pray for the city of New Orleans and those families, not only the ones, the 10 that have passed away, but the 36, 37 that were injured.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a crazy time.
And then I'll just say this so we can begin the show. Like this year, they have the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, Sugar Bowl, and then something else, I believe, that's taking place, and it's almost like weeks apart. That's taking place in the city of New Orleans. So, like I say, it's security gonna be crazy because New Orleans. People don't know New Orleans is one of the cash cows, of course, of the state of Louisiana. So they're looking to gross over $2 billion over this entire thing. So, yeah.
Wow. Now see, now you learned me something today because I didn't know that much information. So yeah, it's a lot going on in the
I
city.
got Super Bowl because I was contemplating going.
So now you're saying you're not gonna go?
That ain't why I'm not going, but I was contemplating it.
Oh, I'm
When
just
I
saying.
knew it was there.
I was just
Yeah.
saying in the sense of the results of now what
Oh
you're
no, no,
seeing.
no, 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 no. I had
Okay.
decided not to go like 2 weeks ago or something, but
All
I
right.
was.
So that was a decision you had already made. That was
Yeah.
pre-made. Got you. Pre this situation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, after all of this information, man, I know that I got my brother in here for 20, well, not 20 minutes. Closer, a little bit over 20 minutes, maybe about 30 to 40. So we're going to try to knock all of these bad boys off. I don't know. Was that a pause situation?
No,
Anyway,
go
no, it
ahead.
wasn't.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna try to knock all of these off before he gets out of here because we definitely want to get to the nitty gritty. So let's go through all of these first. So with that being said, let's get into our first topic. As I flip this over and I gotta turn my daggone phone down, and I gotta bring Quan in here because Quan wasn't in here at first.
Dang.
My bad, dog. My bad. Today we had the Rose Bowl parade, and I don't know who saw it. I saw it, and first thing I'm gonna say, just right off the bat, I've seen better Rose Bowl parade performances from HBCUs. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just messing with y'all. I'm joking. I'm so joking. That is not what I meant. That was not true at all. That was not true at all. That I did not mean what I said. All right. I just want to make sure I put that statement out there because
Clickbait.
everybody gonna go nuts. Like, yo, what do you no, yeah, and then we gonna lose subscribers. No. Honestly, to be very honest, I definitely will say that Jackson State's performance I thought was really well. Sound was great, and I don't know if anybody else saw it, but they did the Disney joint. They did the joint with the Day with the Boom. So I thought it was great. Anybody else? Portia, you watch any of it?
I ain't watched that Rose Parade today. I told you I didn't do nothing I didn't want to do because I'm on vacation. But what I will say is the couple of clips that I saw, and I did see some of the other stuff that they've done since they've been in California. And I just want to say shout out to the Boom. Like I think they went out there and they represented us, the culture, HBCUs, in a excellent manner. Like I just want to say the difference that a band budget can make is crazy work. Cause they had so many uniforms. Like, did y'all see the number of like whistles they had? The Jay
They
said
said
he had on some Lettermans.
I agree.
It was some. They had that in show out there. Okay, I'm very proud of their representation. I didn't see their performance today, but I heard really great things. They came around that corner clean. The only thing that I'm sad about is that they did not come around that corner to get ready. I'm sorry for the culture. I feel like they should have did that. I just felt like that should have happened. But yeah.
Did I miss something? Because the one I watched, they did come around. Well, they did come in. Oh no, they didn't go around the corner and get
That's
ready.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
that should have been
okay, I got you.
the
Yeah.
introduction to the Boom coming around that corner. Because that's what a majority, like a lot of people are in the stands and stuff. I just think that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that they have done an excellent job out there. That aerial footage with the drone of them at that what do they call it? That exhibition performance we did the
Bandfest.
Bandfest. Oh my God. That was
Yeah.
super dope.
Yeah.
Like when I
Yeah.
tell you it ate down, it ate down. Kudos to them. I don't have anything negative to say. I think the representation was spot on. Like I didn't see what they did today, but everything else I have seen and have watched clips of, and I just say good job. Kudos to them.
Okay. Quan, any thoughts, brother?
Hey, I feel like we've been saying this all year, and I think with the culmination of all what they've done, J State has solidified themselves honestly as the number one band in HBCU culture, hands down. You right, Portia, when it comes to the fact of a president of the university supporting a band program, you see what you get. Number two, they understand the power of recruitment. And I'm going to say this, if J State is not marching close to 300 people, I would be surprised. Look at what took place in Atlanta. Look what took place in California. Look what took place. I believe it was one of the young men. He was from that area in California, trombone player that was talking to the core style students that, hey, I'm
Yep.
core style too.
Yep.
You know, like don't get it twisted. The same type of warm ups. You know, all of these different things. It's the same. The only difference is we have a little more fun dancing, so forth and so on. Representation of the HBCU culture. That's it. If they're not marching close to 300, I would be surprised. And I know this is a little off topic, but the fact of that they have directors that's over Georgia Mass Band, and I believe there's a high school program called, it's like Atlanta Public Schools or something like that. They had like something, it's clips that's taking place with them that was showing, and a lot of them kids from Jackson State, honestly, Dr. Little has solidified himself for the next 10 years that the Boom is going to be, if not the number one band, they're going to be fighting for that top spot for the next 10 years. Hands down. That's all I'm saying. So I just look at it, good job for them. There's nothing bad that I can say about Jackson State.
I got one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just being me being nitpicky because of my Legion mindset.
Mm-hmm.
The first video I saw of them, though, I think they were doing their day with the Boom out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one drum major calling them to attention. And the rest of them ninjas was just chilling. And that thing did something to my spirit. I was like, then once he blew the whistle and the band came to attention, they fell in line. But while he was blowing the whistle, they was over there keying. I'm going to send y'all the clip. That had threw me off a little bit. But other than that, that's nitpicky. But I was like, oh, wait a minute. Band came to attention. Why y'all not in attention? Hold on. But see, that's just me. That was just a moment.
I didn't see that video. I don't know nothing about that one.
It threw me off a little bit. But other than that, and the regular world wouldn't see nothing wrong with that. But I thought that was a little strange because when you call the band to attention, everybody comes to that attention. But anyway.
But I do want to say this. I think to Julian, your point, as we continue to, first of all, what people don't know is all three of us have something in common. We all marched in the Rose Bowl parade. Well, I'm sorry, not Julian.
Yeah, I never
didn't march in it either.
Not march, but you represented it. But Julian, your high school, so we all have ties to the Rose Bowl some type of way. I actually marched the Rose Bowl. Julian Willeridge was the first black high school to lead the Rose Bowl parade. PV was the first HBCU to lead the Rose Bowl parade. And Portia, you was there just a year or two ago. Was it last year?
It was a year before last, wasn't it?
Year before last.
Year before, because A&T was last year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So we have that in common. But as we continue, and that's why I know we about to switch and we're gonna pivot to the Valley conversation. But that's why it's important for us, honestly, to have representation because it keeps getting better. Honestly. So shout out to LLI that did Rose Bowl. Shout out to Roots of Music. Shout out to Willeridge. Shout out to PV that did it. Shout out to North Carolina T, Southern University, J State, and it's going to keep getting better. but we have to stop worrying about that foolishness. And I have to say this: I know they're not an HBCU, but I love seeing. I think that all girls school from Japan.
Hey,
Hey,
they dope, man. They've
I
been
mean,
dope for a
Super
while.
dope. They
They've
super
been
dope.
dope for a while.
like every
They super
year,
dope.
dog. I'm sorry, but
I gotta address this comment. I'm not being messy and I'm not being picky, but our band programs have to be on ready at every moment because there's always a camera now. Before, it would have been cut footage and I only would have seen them stepping off, so I wouldn't have known that they was kikiing off to the side while the whistle was being blown. But since I saw it, I'm
St.
gonna
Aug,
comment on it.
yeah, St. Aug too. My bad.
Yeah.
But to every man, honestly, and that's on one of my goals and prayers list. I am going to have one of my bands, perform.
So let's do this. If you marched in the Rose Bowl parade, or if you were a part of a band program that went to the Rose Bowl parade, go ahead and throw it in the chat right now. We'll just do that. We'll big up every school that we did not get the opportunity to say in this moment. Now, I do want to bring this up because it was a topic of conversation for a second. So if you watch the Rose Bowl parade and if you watch J-State, they stopped and did a full breakdown performance. Now, apparently, that was not something that they were supposed to do that was discussed. Now, that's apparent. That was the conversation that I've been seeing going around the spaces.
So they weren't selected for the grandstand performance?
That's what I heard.
The Legion was selected for that. They told us in advance.
I know. I'm aware of that. So that's what I'm hearing. Now, I don't know if that is 100% true, but I do know that that is the information that was passed through. So if that be the case, I was wondering as I watched it, what the idea of what were the Rose Bowl officials thinking when they stopped? What was the energy that they were giving them? Were they telling them to move on? Was there any kind of backlash from them doing that? I was just curious because I do know, like you said, that Norfolk did have the clearance to do that. And if it's true that they didn't, then it's really interesting to see what the thought process are going forward when we're talking about those particular types of performances.
I don't know. I think that's interesting. I thought when I did see a clip of them stopping and playing, but I thought they were chosen for the grandstand performance like we were. But no, they normally select one band to do the grandstand performance and then they give them a little more coverage. So if they just did their own thing, that's interesting. And it's normally people who line those streets in those white coats and they try to keep everything moving. So I'm sure that was an interesting situation. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, man, y'all keep that conversation going in the chat. Also, remember we also have we also have our super chats open. I couldn't even think of the name right now. We also have our super chats open. So if you go ahead and you put in a super chat, we will read it right here live on screen and we will answer any question that you have or any comment that you have going forward. So we also have that open. All right, we are going to move on to the next topic because we got to hurry up and get this through because I know y'all trying to get to the big one and we trying to get Quan in on this topic before he has to tip out. So here we go. If y'all did not see this, I want to definitely take this time again to say big. I gotta put me in. He in there. I gotta throw him in. I got it. But I do want to take this time to say big shout out to Texas Southern University and their performance with Benonce. Yes, I said Benonce. I always say Benonce. Anybody who knows me knows that I always say Benonce. It has not changed. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that I always say that. Anyway, but I do want to shout out to Texas Southern for their performance. I said this on Luke Barron Report. I thought that they were the Cavaliers DCI group when they first came out because I saw them with the little hat daddies and the little all white, and I just thought that it was a DCI group until I saw the drum majors, and I was like, oh, okay, look, this looked like Texas Southern. But big shout out to Texas Southern University for their performance with Benonce. Were you able to watch that at any time, you two?
Yeah.
I like football, so I was watching the game. I didn't even know that she was doing at halftime.
We're not gonna talk about that game and the Texans. I'm sorry.
No, that was yikes. But yeah, I was watching the football game, and yeah, and then when it came on, I was like, okay, y'all don't kill me, but I'm not like a fan. Like I like old Beyonce, but I'm not like part of the Beehive or anything. I do think it's dope that she kind of incorporating HBCU marching bands in these things and including, representatives who are actually from the culture in these performances, because a lot of people will portray marching band and not include actual HBCU marchers, which I think is disingenuous. So I do think it was dope that they were included. The drills was, from what I saw, was clean as I don't know what. I was like, okay, this is good here. I was wondering who they were too. Some probably gonna call me nitpicky. I don't know if you can't put your toe in a cowboy boot, but
Nah,
watching was a little strange.
nah,
But
It's a little nitpicky to me, but I'm just saying.
nah, good.
The drill was clean, but them toes won't point it, and it was some things going on. But I thought it was dope. Overall. And somebody gonna have something to say that I said that, but y'all saw the same thing I saw. I was like, ooh. And that's why I thought it wasn't our people. And then when I saw the drum majors, I said, well, wait a minute, that you can't quite fake. And then I was like, okay, this is probably Texas Southern. So I thought it was dope overall. Again, as marching band people, we're gonna look for things that other people wouldn't look for. And pointing your toe while you march is like basic.
But go ahead, Quan.
Am I being nitpicky?
Yes, you are, because you can't.
Sorry.
There ain't no way you can point your toe and no cowhide that's brand new.
That's what I said. Maybe you can't. I ain't never tried to march in that.
They ain't got no flex foot. They ain't got no flex foot.
Oh no, they say Texas Southern never point their toes.
Look.
That person in the comments say Texas Southern don't never point their toes. So maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not even going there. That's $20,000 alpaca. You cannot block that. You understand me? There was no way. But I'll say this. What's dope about it all is them kids got an experience like none other.
Right.
And I'm gonna drop some. Well, we'll have that conversation later because it's hearsay about some of that performance too, but that's for us. And if we'll chop it up, maybe we'll talk about it on the following. But great job. Shout out to all the Texas Southern staff, Brian Simmons. Also, shout out to my line brother Larry and Trice, who's also on staff there. He wrote some of the percussion parts for this piece. I did ask him, I was like, say, y'all get to keep the uniform? And he was like, no, they don't get to keep it. They had to give it back. But I was like, if they get to keep it, I would actually do a show with it. Now, this would be our homecoming show.
But you would have to create more because you're going to get more students.
Right.
But we don't know if that was all current students because Grant Shoe was over Christmas. So, I mean, it's not a university thing. So they could have pulled people who just live in the area. You know what I'm saying? So.
No. But all of, from my knowledge, all of them were current students.
Okay.
So from my knowledge, but like I say, at the end of the day, man, this was an awesome show. But from another thing, from a cultural perspective, let me say this: Beyonce actually got snubbed at the Country Music Awards. Like, let's not act like she wasn't. Her and Shabuzi, for sure.
All right. So before you keep getting into this, I don't know who Shaboopy is. I just know I know that from the Music Man, Shaboopy. So
no, that's not Family Guy. It's not Family Guy.
No, music. No, that's the name of the song. I know Family Guy did the song, but the actual name of the song is Shaboopy.
Yeah,
from the Music Man.
But the guy, the gentleman with the locks, he's been on the #1 Billboard charts for country music just as long as was the Old Town Road guy. So when he did it, You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Lil Nas X. When Lil Nas X did it, he received all type of Grammy awards. This man did it, he didn't do it. And so we look at the aspect of biasness like with it. And honestly, just how people, and we're gonna say other folks, have reacted to Beyonce trying to entertain the country music scene. That's him right there on the screen, Shabuzi. And so it's almost like disingenuous from them, because what I realized for us, I mean for us in our culture, it's cool if Post Malone, Jack Harlow, they do rap, Eminem, they could do rap. But when we step into a country sector, which if you look up Mississippi blues, and that's that we was in influencing that too. But great show to Texas Southern. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't want anybody to say, first of all, the motto here is real. Okay. So I was just being real about what I saw. It had just popped out to me a little bit. So I mentioned it. But I think overall was awesome. And like I said, she used our own people. They're actual people who march in our culture. And I think that's amazing, because she could have contracted it out to some people who just emulated us, which a lot of people do. So I think it's amazing, and they'll never forget that experience. And the overall production was Beyonce level. I think that's awesome. Not many people can say in this life that I got to perform on a national stage with somebody of this caliber. I think it was awesome all across the board.
And it's forever recorded.
Now I do have a question. Here's my question. Here's the question that I have about this performance. For Texas Southern, it keeps being labeled a historic performance for Texas.
They weren't playing.
That I know, because most of the time when you're doing those, it's pre-recorded, so that way you can, to avoid any mistakes or anything like that. So, but what I'm saying is, what is labeled as a historic performance? How do we label historic performances, right? Because, like, if I'm not mistaken, Fam has performed with Prince, but what makes, I guess my question is, what makes one more historic than the other?
There's not a standard for that. We can be talking about it all night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think some of that is our issue though too, bro. Is like, let's just appreciate it for what it is.
Fair.
This was a great, because we talk about it from the aspect of, and at times we have the debates with All-Star Band and the representation of a culture. Mm-hmm. From Coachella, when she introduced, the Beehive Band and all of that stuff. Yeah. From that point to up to now, it has been a class act productions and performances that this woman has been a proponent of. Drumline Live, all of these people, they actually like have been doing it with Prince. Great performances. And if we go all the way back to the Super Bowls that was in the 60s and 70s when Doc Greggs was there and it was performing then, like, those are representations of the culture that we need to honestly continue to push. So honestly, this month, from Jackson State, Rose Bowl, to respectfully even FAMU and Miles and all of those, to this right here with Beyonce, it's been a good representation for the culture.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's
look. You can't bend your ankle in no boot.
I mean, it's impossible.
Well, somebody in the comments said, "What HBCU point they toes?"
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, let's keep the party. Keep the party going.
Let's go to the next one. All right, man. Y'all already know what it is. This is the one where I think we're gonna get into a lot of conversation. That's why I wanted to make sure we got through the other ones fast enough to be able to let my brother comment on this, because I'm pretty sure he has some very amazing things to say. So for those of you guys who've been hiding under a rock, Mississippi Valley State University Mean Green Machine Marching Band has been invited, and I'm going to use invited kind of quote unquote in a minute, to perform in the 60th Presidential Inauguration Parade. You already know that is going to be for the parade for Donald Trump. And so they got on here and they not only announced that they were invited to do so, but that also they needed to raise $350,000 to be able to go. And that's going to be able to cover, I think they said, travel costs, food, lodging, so on and so forth. I know one of the questions that I had at the beginning was the school participating in it, because of the fact that at the reality of it, when they talked about it from the beginning, the conversation was that the school was 100% supporting them and their endeavors, and they're saying that this is a historic, kind of performance, and so on and so forth. And then also the article also goes on to say that Mississippi Valley has also performed in the presidential parade for Richard Nixon. So with that being said, there has been a lot of controversy that has been surrounding this. And so I wanted to get my people's thoughts, because I've let my thoughts off, but I wanted to get my people's thoughts and see where everybody's head is at. And we are going to engage in this conversation. Remember, you can also put in the super chat if you want to put your thought in. And we're also going to open up the live in a second, and we'll put the link inside of the description. Portia, I see your face. What's your thoughts?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I kind of see both sides of it. It's an opportunity for the school to get some publicity, some notoriety. When we have these HBCU, I'm gonna give my political, this is my coordinator response first. Some of these kids in our HBCU programs have never been outside of the state in which they attend college or which they grew up. So to go from Mississippi all the way to DC, some of them, this may be their only opportunity to do something like that. From that perspective, I get it. I completely understand. That's my politically correct answer. What I'm gonna tell you on the other side of that is if the Legion was going, LaPortia would be in Virginia still. I ain't going to DC, not for this year. And I get it that they went and did a performance for Richard Nixon, but in my personal opinion, it's a difference between a Republican and Donald Trump. I'm sorry. And so I can't support this here foolishness. I'm telling you right now, if the Legion was going, I'm going to help y'all prepare, but I ain't going. I can't physically support this. I'm hoping that when he done with us, that there's a Mississippi Valley and all the other HBCUs left standing. Okay? He not for us and he not with us. So I wouldn't be personally going. But I see the opportunity for those students. So yeah.
All right. Quan, what's your thoughts, bro? As you I mean, I can tell by the look on your face, I think what your thoughts are, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Let me get loose with this whole. As a culture, I'm not gonna curse, but we full of it. As a culture, we're full of it. The reason why I say we're full of it, because we pick and choose and we move the goalposts as we see fit. That's just my honest opinion. The second, so I'm gonna go there. The second law of power is use your enemies more than your friends. First of all, let's look at it. This is the same band director, Dr. Miguel Bonds. He marched for when he built Talladega. Talladega did it. He's rebuilt Mississippi Valley, who had a struggling program for years to where they are now. My mama, even to this day, always taught me one hand, wash the other. If you don't think this is a political move, then people crazy. That's number one. Number two, let me be clear. Other HBCUs have marched for other Republicans. Prairie View marched for George W. Bush. His inauguration. When he gave the speech at PV at graduation saying, "Hey, if I win, I guarantee you will come," and he honored that. Now we could pick and choose and say it's a difference between a Donald Trump Republican and a conservative Republican. Let's be clear: George Bush, baby Bush, he passed No Child Left Behind, and we still have effects on that.
Bruh, listen.
So
I'm
that's
sorry.
a
Go
whole
ahead.
nother subject. Hold on, that's a whole nother subject. We've been under Democratic presidents that cut HBCU funds.
Bruh.
So what's
I agree.
what's frustrating about this
I
for
agree.
me, we pick and choose under what label or banner it's cool for what. Me as a band director, if I look at it like this, you have Republicans, you have Red House and Blue House. You have the choice of, do you want them to be racist in front you or behind you? You have ones that's blatantly say I don't rock with you, or the ones that be like, yeah, I rock with you, but I'm not gonna pass no laws that gonna benefit your people. You could pick and choose how you see it. At the end of the day, this is what's most frustrating. The people that are pushing these narratives, number one, have never built anything. Never. I'm looking at the real HBCU band pages and this T page and Valley this and Valley that. That man's duty is to give his students, his children, the best opportunity. Period. I don't care who it's for. Your political ties doesn't even matter in this moment. Just like we're saying about Jackson State and Rose Bowl, right? Question: do you got to raise funds for Rose Bowl?
Absolutely.
So you got to raise funds for the inauguration. The only difference is the person that they're basically swearing in office. That's the only difference. Both of them are historic performances. Both of them. What people fail to realize is this: they're in the state of Mississippi, where they've been trying to pass bills to close Jackson State, Alcorn, Valley, Tougaloo, and other institutions in that state. One hand wash the other, bro. If I gotta keep my institution open and go march for somebody, then damn it, I go march for them. Because if I get to keep it open 10 more years just on the strength of the band now, then so be it. We don't sometimes we don't see, my mama would say, we don't see the forest past
For
the
the
tree.
trees, right? That's why I said
Yeah.
what I said. Like,
Yeah.
I would help them prepare, but I don't mean no harm. And I'm gonna say this outright: when we go on these band trips, the only thing I get is my lodging. The rest of that shit I pay for myself. So I'm not
Most
spending my
definitely.
money where I don't want to. So that's why I say
Most
I would help them prepare. I would do everything I'm supposed to do as a coach, but I'm not going to DC. And that would be my personal choice. I see it from both perspectives. I get it.
Right.
Provide those students the opportunity, but I also feel like it should be their choice because some of them could feel some type of way about this. So do you make them go?
But so no, but here's the thing though. All right, hypothetically speaking, this is my mindset. In about a week, Valley raised over 150,000. Where we at now with it, Luke? Where we at now with it? You know that GoFundMe.
I think it's still at 150,000, maybe just a little bit more.
So they raised 150. These people, let's keep it 1,000, bro. These people, if I was Dr. Miguel Bounds, now I'm making a letter. I'm going to all these conservative representatives. Hey, drop 10. Drop 10. Drop 10. These tax write-off anyway for these people. Go on. I'll email everybody, the congressional house that's conservative representative. I'll do all of that. Because the reality is, I may need some of this money to buy some new uniforms, to fix new instruments, to do. At the end of the day, let's be real. From a biblical perspective, man, if a evil king was trying to bless the tribe of Israel, you think the tribe of Israel gonna be like, well, when he an evil king, we not gonna accept that money. If you need it, that don't make no sense. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, we don't see the forest, and I respect what you're saying, Portia. Like, we don't see the forest for the tree because we emotionally driven. Oh, it's Trump. It's such and such. Do you think if Dr. Grace could have got that money for Southern, he wouldn't have got it? Most of the governors for the state of Louisiana, for the most part, are Republican. But if they ask that man to march in the parade, he not? Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. We push the goalpost pending what it is. It's other performances that they make us do free. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's like I just don't get our people. And but again, going back to the aspect, people saying sellout. But if I raise these funds and I could get this kid a scholarship, like, your opinion don't even matter to me.
Now, I'm not even calling it that, because here's the thing.
Mhm.
Your job as a band director, part of that is publicity and exposure. And we
Mhm.
might not agree with what he's picked, but that's not our business. What I gave you was, I see both sides. Those kids get an opportunity to go to DC. Some of them will never get to do that again in life. So, all expenses paid, all of these things. They can say, I marched, tell their kids, I marched in this parade. I think that is awesome. That is all a part of the university experience. What I told you was my perspective as a person.
Most definitely. Most
After,
definitely.
they got there, after they were ready, I would even go to the buses, make sure everything was packed up, make sure they were straight. Always buy the girls snacks and food for all our trips. They would have all the things that they would have, except for I would not be in DC.
Put like this, bro.
Hold on right quick, Quan, before you go. Let me. I don't want to shut it down. I want to let y'all keep going. Just want to make sure I say this. Remember, the super chats are open if you want your comments read. I do want to say appreciate you for the $10 here. I don't know what Genesis parts mean, unless you're talking about the Genesis from PV. I think I got them. I don't know if I can get it to you for $10 though, but
nah, bro, nah.
Also, man, the link to get in is pinned to the top of the chat. Remember, when you come in, you gotta have your camera on. We already have somebody backstage, so Quan, I want you to go ahead and finish your thought as I bring them in.
Oh, so here's my last thing. I saw the comment that says, there's a comment that said,
I can't hear nothing nobody's saying.
Oh, it's talking about like sellout talk. I don't understand that when I have a job. Like, that's the thing. My job is not to be emotionally driven from the point of view of or the perspective of should I do this or not do this due to my political views. My job is to place my band into a place of exposure where I can go to, and to ensure that my program is being seen by the masses. That is it. Like, everybody that's saying that, I know you haven't sat in the band director seat, respectfully. I know you haven't. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, we got Freddie in the room, brother. What's going on, Fred?
Can't hear you, bro.
You gotta unmute you. Unmute yourself. There we go. All right, you got it.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, because I couldn't hear you guys talking before. I only heard you talking before.
Okay. All right. So what you got, man? What's on your mind? We're gonna let you have the floor.
All right, I just have a few things to say in regards to the Mississippi Valley situation. I do want to say that we can't compare him going to Talladega back in 2016 to the environment that we have right now with what's going on with elections and the people that we have in power that's going to be in power right now. So when we say that he brought Talladega, in 16, I think the environment is totally different. On top of that, let's use the word transparency in regards to, them going on the trip. I'm not sure. I believe you have to apply to be a part of the trip. So if you applied, then why are we as a community just now hearing about, how much money you need and things of that nature? That's the first thing. The second thing is the GoFundMe information was edited 3 different times. So it first went from we're going on the trip, and then a couple of days later, it's now we need money for uniforms and instruments and scholarships and things of that nature. It was 40K, then 70K, then whatever it is right now. So it just seems like everything was rushed, and because they are HBCU, they expected for the community to jump in and help them. Now, my question would be, if Carmella would have won being president, would he put in for them to go then? So there's a lot of questions that surrounding the timing and the transparency of them going on this trip to DC.
So, what I do want to start by saying is the fact that yes, there is an application process. So, I do want to make sure that we do make sure that we put that information out there, that there is an application process, and I did make that very clear when I did the LBR, which is if you're going to apply, then you probably should have at least a little bread to be able to back it up. But I can also understand, in my opinion, raising that amount of money, well, you're gonna have to get it from somewhere. And that's why I asked, is the university, chipping in with this, or has the university chipped in with this? Now, what I will also follow with and ask you, as far as what do you mean by the timing of, when this is happening? Could you kind of elaborate on that?
Sure. Inauguration's what, June 20th?
January.
January.
We just seen the post, last week, if I'm correct? With the GoFundMe?
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
Okay. Which means you probably would have had to apply for this well prior to last week. So my thing would be, did you apply when you knew there was going to be a parade, or did you apply when Trump won? That's my only situation. That's my issue with the situation, because you're asking for a large sum of money. Now, mind you, it was 40K, then 70K, then 120, right? First it was for the trip, and then a few days later, it's for instruments and uniforms and scholarships, right? Which you need that stuff prior to going to this trip, because I doubt you're going to get uniforms and instruments by June 20th, right? So that means the stuff that you're saying that you need that was added onto the post has something that's been needed. So why wasn't this information put out prior to last week? Now, again, did you put it out when you knew there was going to be a parade, or was it put out and you decided to audition for it when you found out Trump won? So that's where I'm separating, it's an HBCU, let's support them, to what's the real meaning behind you going, because once again, there hasn't been no transparency. I mean, why was the GoFundMe information edited 2 or 3 times?
Can I say something?
You got it, bro.
Well,
well, Quan and then Portia.
Go ahead, Quan.
No, so it's like as I listen to this information, Brother Freddie, I don't disagree.
I don't hear him talking.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him too.
I only hear you. I don't hear nobody else.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I can't hear nobody else but you.
What I will probably say, pop out and then pop back in then, because all 3 of us can hear him.
All right, so I don't have much time, but I'll say this. So because first of all, like we try to make this platform as transparent as we can. Looking this up, the applications for the inauguration.
Hey, you did it before I did. But
I did it too. That's what I was about to say.
Look, while you were talking, I was like,
that's why we locked in, bro. We locked in. We locked in. So first of all, the deadline for accepting application is December 4th. Shout out to the bros. So that's number one. So because of the application process, you can hear me, brother Freddie.
Can you hear him now?
Can you hear me now, Doc?
I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Oh.
That's
Well, see if you can listen to me on
Yeah, I
another.
only
What
hear
you
you.
got?
I don't hear nobody else.
Okay.
I would say, man, open it up on YouTube and
Yeah.
just kind of listen back, and then
Okay.
I'll mute you so you can hear it so we don't have the echo going,
right.
because I want you to be able to hear it.
All right. So first, let's keep it 1,000. So the acceptance for the inauguration application is December 4th. So that's number one. Because everyone has to do the application process, you also have to do a screening. So let's just say we playing semantics right now, right? So December 4th is the deadline. About 2 weeks later, they'll give you the green light, yes or no. So if we're looking at that timetable, December 4th, another week, we got what? Around about the 12th. Another week, you possibly get your green light maybe on what, December 17th, right? Give or take. The inauguration is on the 20th. So we're looking at a time span of less than 30 days to raise over whatever the case may be. So that's number one. Now, I understand the process of you saying that the GoFundMe was transferred or altered 3 times. So to get new uniforms, new this, new that. Let's be honest, as a band director, I'm not just going to do this for free, because now I got to think 5 years. I got to think 5 years ahead. So if it is to get new trumpets, new instruments, so forth and so on, I'm gonna ask for it now. Why? It's because the administrative staff, they already know why. Whatever he need to represent us on an international spotlight, we gonna give it to him. Like, and that's what I'm saying, because I'm a band director, I get it. So if I'm gonna just keep it 1,000, if my budget is just say was initially 40, I'm gonna ask for 150. I'm gonna ask if it's 200. I'm gonna ask damn near for $500,000, because I gotta think about the scholarships that we gotta pay, the uniform cleaning fee. Let's keep it 1,000. Valley has grown almost 4 times since Dr. Bonds got there. So with that being said, you don't know what it's going to be next year. And also, you don't know if they even honored the scholarships from this year. And I'm just playing semantics, but look at the culture of HBCUs. Look at Tennessee State and look at the where the university is. So money has to be get somewhere. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, people could say sell out, clown, whatever. But some of these same people that's saying this, just keeping 1,000, are not even supporting their own band programs back with their own alumni, with their alumni association, alumni dues. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm around college band directors and I hear what they're saying in regards of support. Band programs are transferring to the athletic department is because they're struggling. If we don't see the bigger picture, we're gonna lose band programs. Brother Freddie, I'm gonna listen to you in. Love y'all family. I'm about to log off and I'm gonna chop it up with y'all later.
Yeah, he'll listen in. He won't be able to respond to what you got to say, Freddie, but he'll be listening in. Okay. But go ahead and unmute and then give your response.
Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm gonna keep it open.
just to add on to what you were saying.
Close the
But my
YouTube.
word again.
Hold on, Freddie. Mute your YouTube though. Mute the YouTube so that way we don't get the feedback.
Hold on, Freddie. It's muted. Yeah.
All right, now go.
Can you hear me now?
You got it.
Okay. So what I'm saying is I'm referring to the word transparency, because if that's the stuff that you needed, then all that should have been put up front. It looks like you altered the GoFundMe because of the backlash that you're getting from, of course, you're reading comments, you're reading views, you're seeing what people are saying. So if that was the mindset, Why wasn't that the mindset when the GoFundMe was placed? We go from 40,000 to 70,000 to 100 and whatever that $1,000 is. Again, transparency. So what you're saying could be legit. It could be. I understand. Trying to get as much money as you can while you can. But let's be transparent about it. Don't just do that when you see backlash. Now we're making a reason why we needing this amount of money. That's all I'm saying. And again, when did you guys apply
Well,
for
I
this?
don't even think the application.
And would you have applied for it if Trump didn't win?
Well, I don't even think the application window.
I can't. Oh, let me unmute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got to do the mute and unmute thing.
Oh, shit.
I don't think the application process even starts until after the election happens.
Correct.
So you know exactly who you're performing for. I just that I know. So what I'm gonna say is I get it. Like this is a microcosm of where we are as a country. People are having very real reactions to this.
Yeah.
But what I think is that some of it is kind of going too far. At the end of the day, I don't think we should be on the internet bashing that program. I feel how I feel politically, and I would not go. But I think it's crazy calling them kids sellouts, it's a lot going on. And maybe it will benefit them. I don't know their financial situation and all of that. I do think that I wouldn't personally go, but yeah, I don't know. This is a lot, y'all. And some of these comments that y'all putting out here is like real offensive and real crazy. And I don't really like us doing that. So I don't know. This has turned into a whole lot. And some of y'all in these comments is talking real crazy. And I don't think that's necessary. Like we can disagree and not be beefing. So I'm gonna go back to being quiet.
All right. We just brought Will and our good brother Simon in here. I want to try to make sure that I get their thoughts going off in here. What's going on, Will? What you got for this, man?
What's going on? So I'll tell you what. I couldn't hear Portia. I can hear you. I can hear everybody else.
What is going on?
I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry. I'm saying this as someone inside of the Evie Mux thing. I couldn't hear anything she said.
Justin, can you hear me?
I can hear everybody.
Could you hear Portia?
Yes. I can hear everybody, even my guy at the top.
Yeah, I couldn't hear any of those people.
Y'all gotta update them laptops. That's all it is.
Well, I'm using my phone, so I'll go out and come back in.
That may be it. All right. Well, if you do that, then Justin, man, you go ahead and give me your thoughts while he goes out and comes in.
All right, man. So listen, I heard what everybody got to say. As far as I'm concerned, I ruffled a couple of feathers on my my Instagram the other day, and I really don't care. But I see both sides of it too. That's why, like when Portia said, like she'll help him get prepared and don't support because of her political views. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Like I watched how much that money that Talladega got from the first time that they went support that program. You know what I'm saying? They didn't support them to Barnes left for referral. It probably supported them. It would have supported them longer if he probably would have left. Another story for another day. It's all about the students for me. You know what I'm saying? I know the struggles that Mississippi Valley goes through. Let's be honest. Every time I see somebody comment on these posts, I be like, you wasn't talking about Mississippi Valley before this even came up. Did you ever support them? Have you ever went to a game? Because I'm going to really go, when I see people nitpicking about those students, I ask those type of questions. You know what I'm saying? As well as we have selective outrage on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Nobody says nothing about Mardi Gras parades. Do you need me to bring out the history of Mardi Gras? Y'all see what the guys were on the head of them floats? I hate to do Rose Bowl parades, but type in Rose Bowl and type in the word racist. Watch how many articles come up. You know what I'm saying? But you need to put it out there in the forefront.
Well, you got to understand, man. Doing the Rose Bowl is a historic.
Stop.
I
say selective outrage. But when you want outrage about one thing, let's be selective on it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's just don't just do your history. Just type it in on Google. All the articles gonna pop up.
Let me say this. There's a lot of stuff in this country that has a storied past.
Yes.
Here's my problem, and I'm gonna say this. and I'm gonna mean this with all my heart. Please explain to me in the year 2023. See, we talking about past stuff, and it's a lot of stuff in the United States that has a story past. A lot of these HBCUs weren't started by us. We could talk
Exactly.
about that.
Hello.
But what I'm going to tell you is that I need you to explain to me in the year of our Lord 2024 when that man said I had a black job, what the F that is.
Portia.
Yes, we will
Portia,
never
Tell me
know.
what it is.
We will
Portia,
never know what a
Portia,
black
Tell
job
me
is.
what that is.
I'm not the one that I think I agree with you on that standpoint. I'm
See,
talking
that's
about
what I'm saying. I get it. The Mardi Gras
right.
has a story past.
I think
the
it's
Rose Parade, Rose Bowl, they ain't even want us there. But it was a story. That's a story. That's the past. What I'm telling you is in 2024, I watched that man say I had a black job.
I watched him say
know what that
I watched him say he wanted a defund program that talked about slavery. We all on the same page. That's why I said with this topic, bro, I feel like you gotta find your point and stick with it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as everybody attacking these kids that have nothing to do with it, and another thing too, what state is Mississippi Valley in? Come on,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So when they talk about closing these damn schools, I wonder how much it be like, shit, Mr. Valley supported this guy, you know what I'm saying? To keep them open, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people gotta do whatever they, you know what I'm saying, call to do, but at the same time too, I just think it's selective outrage, and I think that the kids shouldn't have nothing to do with this. I also do feel like the kids should get an option to participate if they wanted to or not. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying people do too much online with this. And if you want to point the finger at one thing, to me, you got to point the finger at a lot of other things too. As far as Brian go, Brian's the band 4 or 5 times bigger than ever been. You know what I'm saying? So like, what he doing is working for the program. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, right? It's like people just pick on whatever they want to pick on just because it's hot at the time. And trust me, y'all get it. We all black on this panel. We understand who the fuck Donald Trump is. You know what I'm saying? But like what you stated earlier, is a bigger picture too. Some of the kids probably never get a chance to go to Washington DC in their life. You know what I'm saying? To me, that thing too, back to the GoFundMe. When I first started GoFundMe, it was at like $300-something. That when I first saw it when they first dropped it. So I think they started breaking it down into increments because I personally think this is my personal opinion. I think the trip already paid for. That's just me. I think it's already paid for. I think they go and I think all the money they're receiving is probably extra miscellaneous money. You know what I'm saying? That's just me and my personal thoughts. But it's supporting the band, support the program. If you don't want to support the program, don't support the program. But attacking the kids is the last thing we need to do. That's my spiel.
I just, and I said this on the LBR, and I'm gonna say it again. I just think it's really interesting because of the fact that they applied and they were selected to go. It's almost like the thought process of they are also endorsing. And that's the thing that I can't get with. Like, that's not an endorsement.
I can see why people would feel like that.
I don't though.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Here's why I'm saying that. Because you had to know, and I get it. I talk about it all the time that it's a lot of people speaking on this thing when you don't know what it's like on the back end of running a university band program. I completely understand that. But you had to know that after you applied, after he won, that it was gonna be a little shaking, a little.
I mean, but that's two totally different. That's two totally different things, right? The perspective of what is going to happen on the back end of you performing is still not you endorsing. That's two totally different things.
People feel like you picked the goal even after he won. I can see how people can draw that conclusion. Do I agree? No. They saw an opportunity, and he probably said, not trying to be funny, oh, this is a controversial topic. Ain't nobody really banging with him from our culture, so we probably gonna get in. This is my time to shine. Activate. But I can see how some people may have drawn that conclusion. I'm not saying I agree, but to go after it, knowing what you know about this situation, I mean, I don't agree. I just feel like that man feel like, hey, he getting a check. He feel like this is what's best for his band program. At the end of the day, you have to, if you on a band staff, align with the will of your leader. So them staff members, the students, and I get the university more than likely had to sign off on it, so they don't care either.
Yeah.
So this is what they're choosing to do.
And look at the date.
Everybody involved gets to choose whether they go and participate or not. I think it's up to them. It's not our fight. But I
And
do
think
think
of the date.
wilding on this internet.
Wasn't the last time they participated in this parade when Dagon went? Who the president was?
It was Trump, but
But the environment wasn't the
he
same.
hadn't came out the bag on us yet.
Yeah, the
No,
environment wasn't.
he hadn't. Was it Biden?
No, it was
I think
Trump.
I think
It was
I think
Trump. It was
Trump had to
Trump.
come out of the bag for you to understand who he really was. No question.
That was because wasn't that
I'm
the
asking, bro. Did Trump really have to say it as much as he said if y'all don't know what he stood
Baby,
for?
it had hopped out there. It
A
was
lot of
You know what I'm saying?
people, a lot of people didn't know Trump, but only what you saw on TV with Trump. So for a lot of people, we had this. I didn't know Trump was racist. I only know Trump for being a businessman and having a TV show, bro. I didn't follow Trump that way.
Not even when he said he won't grab women by the pussy, right?
I knew he was crazy.
Dang it.
That's
But
locker room talk, though, bro.
Justin, did you just say that word on the internet?
That's
My
locker
bad.
room talk, bro.
I feel like I'm just saying.
No,
Trump
what
said
I'm
it.
saying, this is the
You know what
stuff
I mean?
that I'm talking about.
How Trump can say it, but I can't repeat what he said. See, selective hiring. I'm just playing.
No, but here's what I'm saying, Justin. To get on the internet and say stuff like you should drink bleach to treat COVID, that's the kind of nonsense that I didn't expect from a president. I knew he was nuts, but I didn't think he was like slow like that. Then when people started dying, he said, well, I didn't mean it literally. Well, what?
Let me.
How many times you done told somebody to kick rocks and drink bleach before? Come on, Portia. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just saying this too, because I'm looking at the comments and everything.
I'm
Bro,
not
I
the
feel
president
like
of the United States. I can say
it's
what I
funny
want.
because a lot of people, like, y'all didn't give two shits about that. To me, another thing too, I want to see people start to go GoFundMe to get them to not go. That's starting to go. If y'all cancel money, that's start to go GoFundMe to say, all right, we'll donate our money for y'all not to go. And let's see how fast that raise. But you know how you can see them circles of everybody who donate money on GoFundMe? Y'all go do me a favor right now. Go see who all donate money. Good luck. They in that shirt to me first class. You know what I'm saying? It's not the I don't listen to the damage already done, but the goal already made. It just in my opinion. But yeah, go ahead.
I want to go ahead and get Will in here. I know he had to come out and come in, and then we're gonna bring Dr. Chisholm in after that. So go ahead, Will. What you got?
No, first things first. I know I had messaged you about it when it first came out.
Yeah.
I also said that if they were to come to DC, as someone who does media, I was gonna make my way over there as a photographer, because to me, I believe if people we know and network with are coming to certain places and they're near us, if we can go. And I work for the news anyway, so I'm gonna probably be near there anyway. Another thing is, like, I agree with what Simon said about the selective.
Yeah, come on, I got you.
It's like, even with the Shade Room and those people, it's like nobody knew Mississippi Valley until this week. Nobody cared about what they did until this week. You know, it's just like everybody's saying, it's like a really pick and choose type of thing. If they get the money to go, then go. Everybody's saying that if they don't, you see people in the comments saying, I'm not giving no money for them to go. Okay, well, then don't. But if somebody else does and they go, then watch them or don't watch them at this point. Because people keep saying, one thing I keep saying is that, well, if they got accepted to go, then the administration should pay for it. Would Kamala's administration pay for any band to come? Had she won? Just asking. Would they have
Trump
paid?
paid, like,
That's a rule.
they're saying Trump
If you
paid
look
last
on the
year, though.
application process, it says no expenses are paid.
So,
It says,
Exactly.
so they knew that going into it. That it gives a list. I googled it while we was on here, and it tells you one of the FAQs was is it paid for? It said no, all expenses are on you. So they knew.
So
that.
people saying that should just stop saying it, because everybody got to pay regardless, right?
Well, they're just assuming that because they got money in 16. Because from what I'm hearing, they got $1 million in 2016. So I guess
That
people.
GoFundMe went crazy in 16. I'm talking about they had, I don't know. I know it was a whole bunch of money. I don't know about $1 million. It probably was, but I don't know. But I
Trump.
just know.
No, they said Trump. They said Trump paid because that was the only HBCU band that said they wanted to go. Trump gave them $1 million. Now, I'm only going by what I don't know. Allegedly, Trump gave them $1 million to go.
But I mean, I see people saying that since Talladega went, like, look at their program, like, look at it. I haven't heard anybody mention them being in that parade until now. Again. So is it really a big deal?
What you mean?
I've seen people putting comments like, look at Talladega and how their program turned out after they did it. Meanwhile, I haven't heard anybody mention Talladega doing that inauguration again until this week.
No, but what I'm saying, and the program went down after Barnes left. If you know, after he left,
But
program
I'm
the
saying,
Yeah,
program.
it
but is that
wasn't.
because
It
of
didn't go
performing for the
down
president? No,
literally after the inauguration. It went
Oh no,
down
he
after Bonds
that's what I'm
left.
saying.
yeah. So
Did
I'm to your point, and when people keep saying, "Look what it did," I'm speaking from too.
mhm.
Them drums and everything they got after coming from the inauguration, they had I think like two, 3 sets of drums. You know what I'm saying? Like instruments, new everything. So the publicity from that, when people keep saying look at that, it helped a lot. One, overall got the band hella publicity, got them a lot of money donated too. And like we all keep saying, I guess I don't see this. I don't see how y'all can say it's the band director's job to do this. But when the band director find a way to do this, you crucify him for it. You know what I'm saying? I get the obvious. You know what I'm saying? But the program's struggling, and this battle we're talking about, bro. People haven't given them this much publicity in years. Probably I don't want to say ever in existence, but since I've been alive, you know what I'm saying. I ain't never see Valley get talked about this much, whether it's good, bad, or negative. You know what I'm saying? My professor always told me, all publicity is good publicity, no matter how you swing it. So same time, that's all I'm saying too. But attacking the kid, because y'all ain't repping the swag, they calling these kids Confederates, all kind of stuff. If I'm in a band program, you know what I'm saying? You should not be attacking a kid. That's my only thing. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe
how
I
you want to
believe
feel about it?
everybody I believe everybody on this panel agree that we should not be attacking the kids, right? I only
Yeah,
came
no, I'm not attacking the
I,
students. And
no,
to
no,
me,
I'm
and
saying
college students don't really got
I'm
nothing to do
saying
with
we
nobody.
all agree. We all agree to that. I'm coming on the show to voice my concern that I publicly posted.
Can they hear me, Julian?
Can you hear
I
me?
can, I can.
Oh, okay. Can I listen? Let me. I don't want to stay long, y'all. I just kind of want to say this. I will openly say that I didn't support Trump in this election. However, uh, y'all have to get out your closed minded selves, right? Yes, all of it, and Julian brother and Quan and all of you guys have had shows constantly over and over about band programs need money for this and need money for that. It don't matter how we fundraise, it's just we gotta get it. We need buses, we need instruments, we need uniforms. I'm not saying do nothing illegal. However, if this is what's gonna put it if this is what's gonna put it in Valley's bank account, then make it happen. That's the way I see it. Now, I have a working band program. Am I gonna be marching down Pennsylvania Avenue? No, I'm not. You feel me? But the point that I'm making is we have to support it, man. This is a black school at an inauguration. But I know it, Aria.
We
Support
have
it.
to support it.
Right? We just have to. I mean, if you don't want to support it, don't say a thing. Everybody got all this. Y'all knew that regardless, whoever won, Miguel Buns, Dr. Buns was gonna try to. He's gonna try to get in it because he saw what worked the first time around, and all this adversity and all this stuff that going on with this. Y'all think he wasn't preparing for this? He remember what he got at Dago when he was there. He remembered that. So it's at the end of the day, y'all. It's just it's a performance and exposure. A lot of them kids out of Valley Band probably never saw anything outside of this wax schedule. If they saw that, you know what I'm saying. This is an opportunity for them to go on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Am I doing it? No. I don't have anything negative to say about it. If that's what they're doing, that's what they doing. They doing something because the last time I checked that PayPal or whatever it was that they had got up to almost 100 grand.
So my thing is, if they do it, because again we see people in the comments. If the band does do it, then what? What are other people? What are we going to do about it if they do it?
Guess
Not go to their
what?
games? Not
Guess
invite
what?
them to
They gonna
stuff?
they
Guess,
gonna they
guess
gonna
what?
blackball them like they did Chrisette Michelle.
Hey, guess what? They
I
gonna
It
ain't
ain't
doing
gonna
that
stop
for
hey,
my
his
kids. I'm
recruitment.
not doing
It
that
ain't
for my
gonna
It
stop
really
kids.
his
ain't.
recruitment.
It
I
hey,
bet
sure
you
that's
ain't.
a
Valley.
motherfucking thing.
I
I
bet you
don't
Valley
like
still increase in the fall. I bet you. I bet it ain't gonna stop his recruitment. Watch. You know. So what? We just saw Jackson State kick Major Tail today at the Tournament of Roses, which was a parade that used to be white as freaking snow. $5. You know,
Don't,
it's
So
don't,
what
are
it
we
don't talk
is.
about it.
are we
Don't talk.
moving the
Don't talk about it.
goalposts
Children.
though? My question is, are we
Excuse
moving the
me.
goalposts? Are we moving the goalposts now? Because
You said what? Somebody said something.
are we moving? Are
He
we
said,
moving
"Are
the?
we moving the goalpost now?"
Because when ESPN, that was
I
something that
can't hear
was
him up there in that corner up there.
you
Oh,
probably got to
okay.
go to YouTube. Everybody,
Yeah,
But
something wrong.
what do you mean
Chisholm,
by moving the goalpost?
you on your phone, Chisholm?
Yep.
you
Yeah,
got to go
I
back
think
on
it
Yeah,
might be the phone thing. That's probably what it
yeah.
is. Everybody on their
It's
phone.
Yeah, I just had to go out and come back in. Like,
because I can hear
Uh,
everybody now.
well,
I
I
can.
can hear everybody but him up there in the hat.
You might go out and come back in, Chisholm. Just go out and come back in. Like leave and hit stuff back.
All right.
But
So what
I
I'm
to answer your question, I think so. I think so. If we want to talk about the history of it, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, all Mardi Gras, Rose Bowl, the same for the same reasons that with Trump support now. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. All these things that we did, all the other parades supported in the past. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I do think it's moving the goalposts. Another thing too, I think if it was another program, a lot of people have less to say about it.
so
Shit.
my what I meant by when I
think
said
so.
moving the goal.
I don't
You
agree
think
with
so?
that. I do not agree with that.
I
I
I
think
feel
think
so.
like
I
if whoever it was, they would have acted like this. I just
yeah.
feel like they would it could have been any school and they would have acted like this. I just truly feel like that. I don't agree with that. I
Well,
agree
oh
that
well.
any HBCU that tried to do this was gonna
We're
feel
gonna we're gonna get the flag.
yep.
Well, shouts out to Bond for
But
not
the
being
thing of
scared.
it is,
You know what
though,
I'm
had
saying?
Kamala
Shit.
won, then there would have been HBCUs being rejected because of too many applications. So what is the difference? Just like think about when Obama did it back in 2008. You know, every HBCU under the sun tried to do that one. But who did it? I remember UAPB there. I remember FAMU being there. You know, who else was there? There's an HBCU.
I mean, if we being honest, I don't even watch this. I wouldn't even know it was going on if it weren't for this. Like, I don't like parades. I don't. Like, I think it's an awesome opportunity for some of these schools to get exposure, but I don't even watch parade. I don't like parades. I
So
mean, how many of these people is even gonna watch this damn thing?
so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest in saying
Probably
this.
nobody.
I'm gonna be honest in saying this. One, I absolutely agree with you, Portia. I don't think I've ever watched an inauguration parade. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is I want to go back to this thing about exposure and the importance of exposure, right? Because let's be very honest, right? Nobody gets paid to do the Super Bowl. Nobody. But the idea of doing the Super Bowl is the fact that now I'm being exposed, so I'm going to get endorsements and money and performances on the back end. So I don't really see the problem, and I guess this is my band director brain kicking in. I just don't see the problem in putting my kids in a position to be able to, in my program, in a position to be able to reap some benefits on the back end that's going to better support and fund my program. And I think that, and then the other half of that, and it's been said on multiple occasions, is the exposure for the kid. If you've never sat in a
So,
band room before and dealt with students who have never been outside of the city that they live in, you don't realize how important the exposure is for them to step outside of just the city. When I took my kids when I was a high school band director and I took them to National Battle of the Bands, you don't even realize how excited they were to go to Buc-ee's, and they ain't never seen a Buc-ee's. So those moments, whether you realize it or not, are absolutely important for kids and exposure and to be for them to be able to have those experiences. Kwan,
Can
I see you in there, bro. Go ahead.
Shout out to Bucky's.
so right. So this is what's frustrating to me. If you don't want to support it, cool. Like I'm not knocking it. So take your political views out of it. Like see
Thank you.
that's the dichotomy of what we're dealing with. Here's the problem. Band is a business. We all agree upon that.
Yep.
There's performances that we do. I don't care if it's for a high school level, middle school level, secondary level, even collegiate level. There's performances we do for what is it, convocation and different things like that that you do for free that you don't want to do, but yet and still you're doing it for a political reason so that you could remain in good graces with the president of the university, the provost, so forth and so on. We do that anyway. Okay, cool. Moving past that. What's frustrating is us as a black people, we don't even boycott even correctly. There was a moment when they said, well, we not going to Starbucks. And I looked at all the black folks still at Starbucks getting that caramel macchiato, double pump vanilla, when we were supposed to be boycotting it.
We don't
They,
we
they,
don't want to watch the NFL no more. How about that one?
right. With
Hey,
Colin
I've been
Kaepernick.
holding to that one. I've been holding to that one.
You are probably the
But you're the anomaly.
0.1%.
Let's keep it 1,000. So watch this. Let's move past that. So now there's even a list of people who endorsed Trump for his campaign. So everybody gonna stop going to Walmart? Okay. So everybody gonna stop going to those other people that's on that list? No, you're not. So it's like what pisses me off with us as a black folks is because we're so unorganized that people laugh at us. There's gonna be other bands there too. But we're highlighting Mississippi Valley too. There's not another post about if another
Plug it up.
PWI is not attending. And here's the crazy thing about that: a PWI can afford not to go. That's what we fail to realize. We're the reason why, and people say, well, you selling your soul. Okay, if you telling me I'm selling my soul, then where I'm gonna get these funds then? If Dr.
Thank
Bonds
you.
is looking if Dr. Bonds is looking at it like, bro, this is a fundraiser. I don't care about him, yes, because he's never said, I support what he said. He said that we're going to the parade.
Thank you.
And
That's what
most
I said.
parades, and most parades, you have to pay. When my kids went to the NFL Hall of Fame parade, we paid. When we went to the when me and Simon we went to the National Fourth of July parade, we had to pay. So it's like we picking.
Quine bragging now. Quine bragging. We know you done a bunch of parades now. We know.
No,
Okay,
no, no, no.
okay,
Nah,
okay,
nah,
bro.
nah. You know what? No, no. You know why I'm
Nah,
bragging?
cause
No, no,
nah,
no.
cause
I am
Quan Point is
bragging.
valid. Quan Point
No,
is
no, no,
valid.
no,
Keep going.
no,
Keep going,
no, no,
bro.
you, no, no, no. You know why I'm bragging? It's because I'm tired of people. Honestly, you got people on platforms that ain't even set in band director positions, and they got more weight than other people, and that's a problem for me. And I can stand on my 10. That's a problem. We're our job as educators is to educate every portion of the masses, even the parts that you don't agree with. That's all I'm saying. Do I agree with Trump? Absolutely not. I can tell you who I voted for. I'm not tripping on that. But let's not act like all of the Democratic presidents have pushed for HBCUs. They have not.
Mm.
Let's not act like all conservative
Hey,
and Republican presidents have pushed for HBCUs. They have not.
let's
Like,
not
let's
talk
be
about
real.
no child
It's
left
a
behind that
it's
fucked the whole nation up for years. You know
it's
what
a
I'm saying?
black it's a black HBCU problem. How many times have a president had to resign for misappropriation of funds? But yet and still you telling that man don't get that man a hustler. And that's messed up at
Mm,
the professional level. He
mm,
gotta be like, I gotta get it how I live.
hey,
That's the problem I got.
Point intended.
they say Vincent they
So
don't raise
hold
the
on, hold on,
money.
hold on, right quick, Justin. Will, I'm gonna have to pull you out, man, because oh well, never mind. He clicked out. But if he comes back, then I'm gonna have to pull you out, man, because we got another
Okay.
person backstage. So I'll
Hey,
pull you out now. All right, brother.
I'll drop down, Luke. I'll drop down, Luke.
He already left out, so you good.
All
So
right.
But that's all I'm saying. It's like at the end of the day, we pick and choose when it's cool. Why
Bingo.
why did we get this much outrage when Florida Memorial got snubbed out of something for not having uniforms? So if Florida Memorial would have said we wasn't band of the year because we didn't or couldn't afford uniforms and we gonna march in this parade, y'all would have called them sellouts too?
But that's a
Yep.
whole other subject. You can't even bring that.
No,
Nah,
that's the
nah,
same
it's
exact
about the
No,
thing.
no, it ain't.
it's
No, it's
about the
not.
That's the same
parade.
It's
exact
not the
thing.
same. No, it's not. No,
It
it's not.
is.
It's
It
not the
is.
same. It's
But
not
put
the
like this.
same.
Okay, so tell me this. It's
It's
not the
not
same,
the same.
but I'll tell you this. So
Go ahead.
we'll agree or disagree and say it's not the same. But there's a black man that's over the ESPN thing, and them people didn't even get paid on time. But that's a whole different subject with that.
Okay, so
That's what
but
I'm
what I'm
saying,
saying
dog. Like
is
we
I agree. I agree
Mhm.
with everything you're saying. My point is let's not move the goalposts because we had the same energy about the band of the year and how bands shouldn't sell themselves. We should ask for this. We should do that. We had that same energy for that, and that was something for HBCU. But there was no, oh, let's get behind it. Let's try to make it better. Let's see what we can do. It was nothing about that. So when somebody's speaking about something that was made public, and we're
Well,
voicing. I'm not talking about negative opinions. I'm talking
no,
about
no, I'm not.
like
I'm
legitimate.
not saying that. But
I'm,
I can say not to
but you
cut you
can't.
off,
I
brother.
didn't finish
Not,
my
not,
statement, so you don't know what I'm going to say for you to respond. But go ahead. But go
what
ahead.
I was about to say, what I was going to comment on what you stated. I say not to say anyone else, but this show, we've always been a proponent to correct ESPN, but we're not going to say what we need to correct publicly for them to take our ideas. But what we was the one, this show in particular was the one arguing for the fact of that they were wrong for not giving those kids uniforms. We was the one saying that they should give those kids money on time. That's what I was going to say. So I was agreeing with you
Yeah.
because the problem is people are pushing the goalposts, which is the problem.
So I think my issue is, and I think that if
Freddie,
we
go ahead, and then I'm gonna let Frank talk. So Freddie, go
okay.
ahead, and I'm gonna let Frank come in.
So I think we're all on the same page when it comes to we should not be attacking the students, right? What
Correct.
I don't agree to is that if we don't donate, we can still have an opinion. If you make something public and it's public on different posts, you can have an opinion. Attacking the kids ain't got nothing to do with it. But when you have a legitimate reason or question or wondering, that's what I'm referring to. Now I get it. Showtime, you were talking about not Showtime, but Smash Time. You were talking about don't attack the kids. I agree with you, but I don't think anybody on the panel right now agrees with attacking the kids. So I like to talk about like the discrepancies I had when I made my comments of which one person did try to address it, but once again, I'm talking about transparency because we like to use the word being transparent, and that wasn't being. Go
I actually
ahead.
see. I'm sorry. I actually see Famous Amos in the chat. I'm sorry to blow the cover,
Oh yeah, he
Lisa.
wants to come in.
But
I'll
Famous
leave
Amos, he
him in.
actually worked with Valis. So I mean, like he probably could answer a bunch of questions that we just don't have. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
So
Hey,
I was
hey,
gonna wait.
Julian,
I was
Julian,
gonna
if
wait for Freddie to finish up, and I was gonna bring in Frank and then bring in Famous at the same.
look, hey, look, I'll say this, man. Man, this is a pretty good topic that we got going on. At the end of the day, I say support these guys. If you don't, just don't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Good show. I keep watching. You can bring in who you gonna bring in behind me, man. I'm gonna step out.
All right, brother. I'm
I
gonna
think
bring in.
AEA 06.
Hey, yeah, baby.
I think
Uh,
my statements are really done because I what we're mainly talking about is the comments and the negativity towards the students,
mhm.
and I agree. So I don't have no disagreement with that. If we're talking about something else, then I can comment on it.
All right. I was gonna let Frank come in and say, oh, there you go. I think he just popped in. Frank, I got you, and then Famous Amos, I'll let you go after Frank. If Frank is in there, let me see.
I
Oh,
don't see Frank.
he
I
clicked
see
out.
famous. Okay,
Famous Amos, go ahead.
I see famous. Yeah,
If you're talking, you're muted.
but if we can do this, if we
Yeah,
can,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
yeah,
got you now.
if we can separate, just one thing, if we
All
can
right,
separate,
so check this out, man. Y'all, as you may know, I used to be the drum major at Mississippi Valley back in the early 2000s. And I still support my school 100% wrong or right. But this is my take on everything. Because I see a lot of y'all, bro, really don't even understand the politics at Mississippi Valley State University or understand what we have to endure as an institution overall.
who's y'all?
See, it's the one thing to voice your opinion about how you feel personally, and it's one thing to actually have facts about why we doing certain things. All right. First off, I don't respect nobody who even, cracking jokes about this whole situation because these are the same fucking people who make jokes about Mississippi Valley State University when they was talking about closing down our institution. These are the same motherfuckers who say they support black colleges, they love black colleges, they love black people, but yet y'all drag us even before this shit. Y'all forgot we've been the fucking laughing stock of the fucking probably SWAC for fucking maybe 2 decades. So this not nothing new for us, fam. But going based on this topic, let's talk about this. We have been the most underfunded school in the fucking state of Mississippi. Okay, these are facts. No
I agree.
instruments, No instruments and athletics, all of that shit, bro. We still practicing in cotton fields. Our football team is. And you niggas have never came to help us a fundraiser, nothing. And I'm even talking about some of our alums too. But you have the fucking audacity to sit here and ridicule us, bro, because the decision we make to get in front of some people who decide whether our doors even stay open. Nigga, we in the topic of the conversations now, fam. We talking to people who normally wouldn't even say shit to our president. He now can talk to these people because guess what? He's doing something in their eyes that they support. Now we getting funding for things that we need for our institution. So fuck anybody who got something to say about that shit, cause you bitch ass niggas wasn't helping us no way. Oh, you niggas, I love my school, I love my black people, but y'all was not fucking with us no way. So why should we even cater to what y'all feel or how y'all think? It's the truth. So that's why, bro, they going to the inauguration, and this ain't got nothing to do with no fucking Trump. This got something to do with Mississippi Valley State and keeping our fucking legacy alive. This is what this about.
Hey, I
And
said
for
that
all,
earlier. I said, do you realize what state they in? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and, and,
imagine how many people gonna support them and send them money just because they rock with Trump and
and,
say they know Valley a part of Mississippi, so they gonna when it come down time to close school, shit, Valley rock with us. You know what
thank,
I'm saying?
So,
thank,
so
thank
before
you.
before hey
And,
fam,
and,
before you keep going, I do want to say this though. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, but I don't want to get demonetized. So,
you right. I forgot we on YouTube. Hey, look,
so yeah.
Hey,
That's why.
hey,
That's why I got
he's
to be
saying what I was
ready,
thinking.
just in
Hey,
case.
look.
You know.
Hey, look, bro. I'm on this Safari. I forgot we on YouTube. We're attached to YouTube. My bad. I'm a content
He's
creator.
saying what I was thinking.
Hey, look, I'm a content creator, so I totally understand, fam. So all right, let me dumb it down. All right, so check this out, bro. Valley. Let me first off, let me spit some of our history for the first part. All right. Why people be trying to downplay Valley, fam? We have a real rich legacy, homie. First and foremost, we are the first HBCU to ever do a Turn of Roses parade. 1965. We're the first HBCU to ever be invited twice. That's 65 and that's 68. Okay, not only that, we are the second HBCU in the history of HBCUs to do an inauguration parade in 1969 for Richard Nixon.
Richard
Should I
Nixon.
keep
Yep.
going? Should I keep going? Bro, we just lost our torch, bro, in the early 2000s. That have not always been this way. Just the past little 2 decades since 2005, we've been getting effed it on. Okay, so please miss me with that ain't never accomplished nothing. They ain't never done nothing great. Use a lie. My bad.
Are you good?
So
You
do
good?
do your research. Don't ever discredit my institution because we paid the way for a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all programs when y'all got invited to nothing. So going back to this topic, because this stuff been having me hot for the past 4 5 days. All right, y'all be trying to downplay Bonds, fam. Bonds have given something to Vanity, bro, that we have been missing for 3 decades, dog. You think we not gonna protect this guy at all costs? And I think some people fail to realize, bro, Bonds is a Republican. So who you think he gonna support? That's his personal reviews, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's what he support. It has nothing to do with Mississippi Valley. But guess what? Whatever Bond say he want to do, them kids gonna follow because guess what? He's the director. They can't tell Bond what they want to do. They on solid. So at the end of the day, bro, y'all can keep all these same little narratives y'all trying to push to the people to make them feel, how y'all feel. But bro, guess what? At the end of the day, fam, we doing what's best for our school. Y'all do what's best for y'all school. Y'all ain't never got supported. Guess what? Y'all want supporting us no way. So it is what it is. That's my take on it. Man, y'all can kiss my you know what. Nigga, we don't care. I'll let you, fam. I love y'all. Y'all be safe.
Hey, I just
Appreciate
got
you.
one thing to say to Famous Amos.
Hey,
I just got
I
one
ain't
thing to
mad
say.
at him. Hold on. I
What
gotta
it
I
do?
gotta
Hey, I
do
got
this
one
just
thing to
for him
What
say.
it
real
do?
quick. Let me do this for
Hey,
him
I
real
bet
What
you
quick.
it
won't.
do?
All right,
I
there we
bet you
go.
won't.
I just
Bet I
every time
motherfucker.
I see
I
you
bet
now,
I
I
mother.
get
I bet I
nothing for you.
motherfucking will.
Ah!
Bet I
Hey,
will.
man.
That boy
I
saying what
bet
I
I
thought.
will. All
I,
right.
that boy saying what I thought, and it is what it is.
Hey, I'm with
People don't understand when you haven't sat in that seat, bro. That's different,
absolutely,
bro.
absolutely.
You heard what I said.
I think people, bro, like, and I was thinking about it. So let's say, for instance, even though I know how good government work in increments, you know what I'm saying? If Valley wouldn't have raised the money, because I still think they got the money in my head. They were gonna clown them if they didn't make them. I'll try to do
Thinking I'm having some audio issues here. So if you guys can hear me, just kind of wave your hand or
Yeah,
somebody
we can
give me
hear
a
you, Frank.
sign that you can hear me.
We can hear you, Frank.
Um,
I don't know if he can
I
hear.
Frank,
can't hear anything, but
you gotta turn the screen. Frank, we looking at the bottom of the
Yeah,
chair.
we looking at a chair. He said he can't hear us.
I don't want to cast in that moment on this one.
Yeah, but go ahead, finish up, Justin.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. I just think that's the interesting part. Like, I originally got on because I seen some of the comments, bro, and I got to be seeing people attack these kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of quit saying kid because they're college students, but like, it's not their fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault. Have your own views on whatever you want to, man. But like I said, I see the good and everything. So like we all agree. Some of the kids probably never go to Washington a day in their life. You know what I'm saying? His experience, and that's a part of Barnes' job to give these kids experiences and to put them on platforms. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he's doing, I get it, bro. Then what will make me mad is they think because you support that side of it, you're a sellout. You know what I'm saying? No, man. Like Amos said, y'all wouldn't rock on the damn valley before none of this. So like, you know what I'm saying? You damn if you do, damn if you don't. Do his best to support your school. And if that's going to the parade for them, let them do their thing, and the kids should be scrutinized for it. So that's my spiel.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate Famous Amos coming in and speaking his piece and dropping some history at the same time. Because nothing that he said I disagree with. I'm just gonna say it flat out. Nothing he said I disagree with. He said exactly what I was saying on LBR. He said exactly what I feel anyway. He just did it with a little bit more explicitives.
I just think that it ain't none of. I mean, we can have an opinion on it. It's put in a public space,
Yeah,
but I think tearing down another HBCU on the internet is crazy.
it's crazy.
I mean, we can have comments. You can have an opinion. Nobody's saying that. Um, if some of y'all, felt like I was being nitpicky earlier, but you have to see the Legion in person to understand why that's my perspective. But whatever. But
You were nitpicky on the boots though. Nitpicky on the boots. Go ahead.
I went on earlier. What she say? What portion we complain about? That? What she talking about?
She was talking about Texas Southern not pointing their toe in the cowboy boots, man.
In the boot
it
portion?
was some people out there marching. Like, never mind. It don't matter. It was a dope experience. Anyway, I just think that it's have an opinion, but some of this stuff is so visceral and so hateful that y'all saying about this school is crazy work. And I just think that you have your own personal opinion, but I don't work at that school. I don't work with that band program, and neither do y'all. So I don't know. I wouldn't go, but that don't mean they shouldn't. I don't know their situation. And we talked about this with something else, like even with Florida Memorial. Like, you just don't know the internal workings of a school. So if this what they feel like they gotta do to raise money,
I got a question. Y'all think they'll be getting the same scrutiny if the parade was flipped? Like if the parade paid people to do it?
Yeah,
Nope.
because I believe that the scrutiny comes from Trump.
but
More
I
or
think
less.
some of it. Well, I don't know, Simon. At this point, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know.
No, let me just go ahead and
But
just
like this.
let me know
If
other part.
that
Let me just
parade
go ahead and put it out there. I'll put it out there. Let me put it
that
out
parade
there.
paid,
The answer to your question is yes. The reason why the answer to your question is yes is because black people think that all black people are supposed to do the exact same thing. Like the truth of the matter is not every black person is a Democrat. Every black person isn't conservative. Like the reality of there are black people who are Republican, there are black people who are Democrat, there are black people who are independent, and some people, I'm gonna be very honest, some people don't like Trump but have conservative views. So if the vote is to say I need to vote towards my issues, and my issues don't align with whatever Kamala was saying, but it did align with some of the stuff that the conservative side was saying, some people probably voted conservatively. That doesn't mean that they support Trump, but they do have some values in the conservative side that align with them. So the reality of the situation, to answer the question, even if he would have paved the way, the answer would have been, yeah, they would still be upset because of the fact that people believe that just because a group or a subset of black people think one way, we should all think that way, and that's just not the way it is. I'm sorry, and I have to realize that for what it is. We're not a monolith, and we all don't believe in the group think. And the truth of the matter is, we don't all think the same. So to answer that question, yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Here's the problem about opinions. Everybody have one.
Yeah.
But the frustrating thing about me is people really don't have the facts. People really also, they've never sat in some of them seats. Everybody, it's easy to point the finger. We speak about, snitching culture. But until you inside of an interrogation room, you don't know what you'll do. You don't know what you would do in these particular situations. If his job was to build this program to be the best program possible, but he doesn't have the funds, and I have to network and politic and do these things to make sure that the school is open, do it. That's his duty as an educator.
Fair.
Like that's all I'm saying, bro. It's like we again we miss the forest for the tree as black people. You don't see no other culture the school that's marching in these parades. And if a PWI decides to not march a parade, they send a letter and they say why. And everybody say they cheer for them. But always remember the donations and the alumni support that they of that particular school may have, so that they don't have to honestly quote unquote shuck and jive. And if you feel like that's what they're doing for the greater good of that program, but you not supporting, well, you a hypocrite too. And that's why I'm saying the goalpost constantly is being moved. That's the problem that I have.
All right. Well, I think we done gave out a lot of energy on this topic, and I knew that was going to end up happening.
Ooh,
That's why I
child.
said I wanted to keep my brother around, and he stayed the whole time. I'm so happy that he did. But with that being said, we have gone 1 hour and 42 minutes, and I did not even. Well, let me stop lying. I did kind of expect to go a little bit long today, but I will say this, man. I'll do it the way that we always do it. Before we get out of here, Portia, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
Shout out to Jackson State for putting on for the culture. Shout out to Texas Southern for showing up for the culture. Like it, love it, or lump it, Mississippi Valley is going to DC. And this may provide them opportunities as long as they aren't being forced to do this or that. At the end of the day, that's not our program, so it's not our decision to make. I see both sides of it, but we should be able to have conversations without being disrespectful.
Okay. Before I get to you, Quan, we just had a super chat come in. I appreciate you, Merlin. JSU performed for one of the most racist Confederate governors, Phil Bryant, who is a good friend of Trump. Little history. Well, thank you for the $5 joint, and also for dropping that little history that many may not have known of. Quan, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
I would like, first of all, Happy New Year to all our listeners and subscribers. Don't forget to hit that like button. I would like to thank my God that I believe in, Jesus Christ. first and foremost, to see us through the year 2024. But I also like to thank everybody. For those that did not know, I did receive the Dr. William P. Foster Community uh, Outreach Band Directors Award. Krista was there, Lauren was there for support. I did receive that award at Midwest. Shout out to Chuck and everybody. We do plan on bringing my concert band to the HBCU consortium. We're gonna talk about that a little later. But at the end of the day, bro, it's real people out here doing real work. Support them. All that other talk that people be doing and that have the audacity to criticize band programs, and you didn't even strap up your boots, regardless if you can point your toe or not. At the end of the day, guess what? Support people that's doing real work out here, because it's hard and it's getting harder, because as a people, what I see is we're more focused on stuff that doesn't even matter. Focus on them kids. I pray traveling grace for Valley, for Jackson State as they travel back to their home state, and so forth and so on. That's it.
All right, man. You definitely said a mouthful there, and also congratulations again to you. You know, well deserved, well deserved. So, hey, keep it up, man. You're doing some great things. I know we talk a lot off air, man, and I just tell you how proud I am of you. But outside of that, man, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, share this one out. Also, turn on your notifications, man. If you haven't hit the like button when you come in, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Or if you're watching this on playback, don't forget you can also donate as you guys are watching, even though we won't be reading it on the live. You can still donate. It's all good. We're not going to be upset about that. We're not going to trip about that. Also, don't forget, you can go to our store and support us that way as well by grabbing any of our merchandise. Talk That Talk stuff. You can grab some Passion Is stuff. You can grab anything you want. But whatever you do, when you get down to the end, you can get 30% off your purchase. Just type in HBCU band. Again, you can get 30% off your final purchase. All you have to do is type in HBCU band. This Friday, if you don't know, or if you didn't look, or if you've been living under a rock, Crystal has an amazing interview with our good brother of Phi Mu Alpha, Wendell. How do you say Shep? I don't know how to say his last name. I know it's Wendell though, from Texas Southern University, our symbol brother. If you have not been seeing it, he has been praising the Lord with his symbols, and he will be interviewed on Friday with Crystal. So you got to be there for that. That will be a live episode, so do not miss that. That's going to be at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. I was about to say specific, but my bad. That would have been terrible. Anyway, but make sure you guys check that out, man. I have nothing further. Don't forget, we will be back, not next week, but the following week, in 2 weeks, man. I love y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will see you guys next time. Peace.